At Horse Guards Parade, where time-honored tradition stands tall, there are moments that quietly soften even the most rigid ceremony. Here, amid polished boots and solemn stances, we witness gentle gestures, shared smiles, and tender connections between noble horses, dedicated soldiers, and visitors from all walks of life. Today, we invite you to pause with us, to witness not only duty fulfilled, but humanity revealed. These are the moments that remind us tradition is not only guarded, it is shared in kindness and grace. She is a special child and a truly sweet young lady. Her presence brought warmth to everyone near the royal horse. A kind armed officer made way for a disabled visitor to take a picture. Compassion and service in perfect balance. A truly special young man with a disability showed so much love and respect for the King's Guard and his horse. A heartwarming act of kindness. The King's Guard gently allowed a little girl to touch his horse. Super cute. A young girl gave a cheerful greeting to the horse guard. Her innocence brought smiles to those watching. A tender photo, mother and her newborn baby posing with the royal horse, pure love and gentleness captured in one beautiful frame. What? A girl sends a heartfelt kiss toward the king's horse. Her innocent gesture brings warmth to the whole square. Her smile says everything. A beautiful female soldier visiting her comrades and the royal horses, spreading joy with her presence. A heart-touching moment unfolds as a royal horse gently interacts with a warm and smiling family. You can feel the connection and kindness. A gentle act of kindness. The king's horse kissed her softly, as if offering a blessing. A magical moment beyond words. A joyful boy lit up with happiness when meeting the royal horse, who seemed just as pleased to see him. A magical encounter between the female King's Guard and her majestic horse. A moment of harmony at horse guards in London. Two little girls stare in wonder at the King's Guard, mesmerized by the grandeur and elegance of the moment. A baby nestled in her mother's arms lights up with joy at the sight of the royal horse. A picture-perfect family memory. A little child blew kisses to King Ormond's horse, a pure, heart-melting gesture that touched everyone watching. A sweet surprise. A policewoman visited the horse guards, bringing a moment of calm and delight to tourists and guards alike. A deeply moving moment. A wheelchair-bound visitor beamed with happiness while meeting the horse and the guard. True joy on her face. A blind boy acted as if he were the guard, and the real King's Guard smiled warmly at him. What a beautiful moment. Adorable. The royal guard noticed a sweet little boy waving at the horse and responded with quiet affection. So heartwarming. This King's Guard was clearly in a good mood. No shouting today, allowing tourists to enjoy a gentle, respectful moment with the horse. The guard couldn't hold back a laugh as the young boy's playful behavior warmed everyone's hearts. A rare, lighthearted moment. A fluffy dog sat calmly next to the royal horse for a photo. A simple, sweet moment shared between two gentle souls. Father and son shared a special moment with the king's horse. Their smiles showed a bond that words could never fully express. A warm scene, an officer taking a photo with a special tourist. It's these little gestures that touch hearts the most. parents proudly pose with their sweet baby next to the royal horse, a memory that surely stays with them forever. An adorable little dog came to visit the royal guards. The sight brought joy and smiles to all nearby. One soldier adjusted his fellow guard's helmet with care, a small act of brotherhood and pride in duty. Two veterans met the King's Guard horses, a quiet, powerful exchange of respect between generations of service.
Sorry.
Two brothers posed happily with the royal horse and guard. Their innocent joy lit up the moment. A sweet tourist gently touched the king's horse and blew it a kiss. Kindness and wonder wrapped into one loving gesture. This outstanding soldier kindly assisted his colleague, a beautiful show of teamwork and quiet dignity among the royal guards. Heartwarming and speechless, this woman in a wheelchair shared a peaceful moment with the royal horse, full of grace and quiet joy. A boy in a wheelchair and his parents took a treasured photo with the King's Guard. A family moment to remember forever. Was it kindness or shelter from rain? Either way, the guard's calm presence inside the box created a beautiful moment. A woman in a wheelchair smiled with joy as she and her family took photos beside the royal horse. Pure happiness. Another touching moment. A special woman in a wheelchair posed with the royal horse. Her smile said everything. They made beautiful memories at horse guards. 3 disabled visitors in wheelchairs shared a joyful moment with the royal horses. This is too cute and too funny. A well-timed action by a soldier brings joy to tourists and proves why discipline and charm can go hand in hand. A small moment that meant so much. The soldier adjusts the horse's reins with care, highlighting quiet dedication behind the scenes. The crowd melts as a police officer lovingly pats the king's troop horse. This kind of affection needs no words. A special tourist in a wheelchair shares a beautiful moment with the king's horse. Her joy radiates through the screen. Massive respect, one viewer comments as a soldier goes out of his way to give water to the guard. Humanity behind the uniform. Warning, cuteness overload. A king's life guard horse lovingly interacts with a young tourist, melting hearts in central London. The King's Guard could not stop smiling when the special kids shared their sweet gestures with him. The guard's proud mom and his little sister beamed with pride during this touching moment. A deeply moving moment when a veteran saluted both of the King's Guards with honor and respect. A heartwarming scene as a woman in a wheelchair beamed with joy upon seeing the king's horse up close. A fleeting glance, an unspoken bond. Watch how the royal horse looked at the little girl as she waved hello. A super kind King's Guard stops in his tracks, allowing a little girl to get the perfect photo with the royal horse. A moment of pure grace and thoughtfulness. Watch this heartwarming moment as a young girl's eyes light up the instant she sees the king's horse. An adorable little boy, dressed like a royal guard himself, stands proudly beside a real King's Guard. Showing genuine respect and admiration. A boy in a wheelchair captured a beautiful photo and tried to engage warmly with the King's Guard. The King's Guard struggled to keep a straight face as cheerful tourists tried to make them laugh. Japanese tourists showed great respect and admiration for the royal horse. A heart-melting moment. The horse affectionately interacted with a special girl in a wheelchair, while the King's Guard showed her extra kindness. A kind soldier brought water for the king's horse, a simple yet touching gesture of care. A gentle touch from a tourist, respectful and kind, as the horse guard stands calmly, showing trust and mutual understanding. This young woman in a wheelchair smiles brightly as she captures a perfect photo next to the king's horse. A beautiful, inclusive moment. A touching scene as the king's horse gently leans toward a little girl, sharing a brief, beautiful connection across species and age. A real-life fairy tale. A little girl meets a kind-hearted royal horse, and for a moment, the world seems filled only with wonder. Another girl in a wheelchair receives a special gift, a photo with the king's horse who leans in gently, as if he knows just how much it means. The horse shows visible excitement as a soldier gives it water. Even the mightiest creatures enjoy small acts of care. A truly kind gesture. The guard gently moves his horse to let a young girl retrieve her glasses. A simple act, but full of heart. A royal gift in the form of a gentle gesture from the King's Guard horse. A priceless moment shared with a special child. An unexpected reunion, a horseman's radiant smile lit up when meeting an off-duty colleague nearby. A king's guard gave a subtle nod of permission, allowing a little boy to take a treasured photo. A tourist managed to make a king's guard smile, a truly rare and heartwarming sight at Horse Guards in London.
Lui è bravo. No, non puoi toccarlo.
A young girl respectfully presented a letter to the king's guard. Watch her unforgettable reaction when he graciously accepted it. The most heartwarming moment, a little girl sweetly tried to tip the king's guard by placing money into his boot. I am his auntie, a proud family member beams with love as they visit the king's guard, a rare behind-the-scenes moment of pride and family connection. In the most adorable way, the royal horse seems to wish a little girl a happy birthday. Her joyful expression says it all. A tiny tourist dog catches the royal horse's attention, and for a few sweet seconds, mutual curiosity creates a magical encounter. A young boy salutes the guard with surprising formality. It's a moment of innocent respect that touches the heart. A beautiful woman blows a kiss to the royal horse, and the horse silently gazes back. A quiet, tender moment of mutual appreciation. The royal horse shows affection to a grandmother and her grandchild. Their warm smiles make this a memory to last forever. She fell in love, not just with the royal horse, but with the entire king's guard. A soft smile reveals her admiration. An adorable boy dressed as a royal guard posed for a photo next to the horse, capturing everyone's hearts. The king's guard gently approached a group of special visitors, kindly allowing them to touch his beautiful horse. A moment of true grace and kindness. A sweet little girl was completely mesmerized by the majestic king's guard, watching him with pure admiration. A joyful moment as a mother and her 3 children happily took photos with the royal horse. A friendly soldier playfully interacted with tourists through his horse, bringing smiles to many faces. An act of patience and kindness, a guard waited until a child got the perfect photo with his favorite royal horse. A soldier showed great kindness at horse guards during one of London's hottest days, making sure visitors were treated with care. A young girl showed her deep respect and admiration to the King's Guard in a truly touching moment. Adorable toddler duo dressed in King's Guard uniforms captured precious moments posing with the royal sentry. A rare and unbelievable moment at horse guards. A soldier helped adjust the uniform of a fellow guard. Little Frank saluted the King's Guard and his horse with great respect, and his love for the soldiers was warmly rewarded. A touching scene. The King's Guard refused to accept money from kind-hearted veterans at horse guards, showing true honor.